Anything mama wear, my boy that know I come borrow girl clothes. I mean, I see the boy when they call me up, me name go down the road. I'm not easy to get, and if a boy get me, I go easy to let. Promise, me no see the girl when they run up on my panic. Now watch your pretty face, heavy up like a bunny. You know see me explosive. And in the game I play, me I feel we calm, me not take closes. Swear that I the truth.
Welcome back, guys, to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you like, and make sure you comment, guys. Comment is very good for my channel, and it shows that you're interacting with me. It's showing that you're staying to the end of the video, and it's good for the algorithm. And also make sure you go up top and hit that post notification bell, because it shows that you just want to see more of me. And who wouldn't love that? Who wouldn't love that? So as you guys can see from the title below, this is going to be a military based video. So today is Friday, so that means I have Saturday, Sunday, and I have Monday. Monday I'm leaving, so I have 3 days left before I leave for basic training, sorry. And in my previous video, it was a week before I left, and you know, I basically went in depth in the emotions that I was feeling. You know, I'm still feeling those emotions, but you know, I had to pack up, and you know, so necessarily when you leave for basic training, they say don't pack much because you get to go to a store before you leave. And you know, one of the main things that I wanted to do was pack my starter pack, because you know, it's going in to basic training, I know that it's going to be physically hard on my body. Like, you know, I'm gonna be going through rigorous training, and I want to make sure I have my little, you know, Jamaican starter pack of like the remedies that would get me through. And not only is it Jamaican starter pack, but just certain things that would be helpful towards me. So the first thing that I had to get, guys, I wouldn't say to follow me. I would definitely do an updated, like what I use from what I didn't use. I would definitely do that. Now, my pet peeve, I don't like to necessarily live with others. And I'm laughing because this that I'm about to show you is it's gonna be ridiculous to some and funny to some and just crazy. But this that I'm about to show you is because I have a pet peeve when I sleep with others and they snore. Like, it drives me insane. Like, I might snore, but you can't fall asleep before me and then snore. So what I did is I bought some earplugs. And the earplugs, they weren't that expensive. They were around $5. And the reason why I bought it, like I said, I don't like to hear people snore. Like, it's the worst for me. I won't sleep, and I know you have to get up really early in the morning, and they tell you what time to go to bed, and I don't want my bedtime to be like stretched out because I can't fall asleep. Now necessarily, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because they do wake you up in the morning, and I don't want when they wake me up, I can't hear. So like I said, I will be doing an update on if I use them or not. The next thing I bought is a brand new toothbrush. You know, you're supposed to change your toothbrush often, so I definitely, anytime I do travel, even if I had a brand new home toothbrush, I do buy a travel toothbrush because I just feel like it's necessary. I do feel like it's cleansy, and that's just me. Now, they said to bring baby wipes, and I do have baby wipes, but they're almost finishing, so I have to buy some new ones. But baby wipes is on the list. But what I think is also a really good thing, you know, is flushable wipes. So necessarily, flushable wipes is, you know, you can put in the toilet after you're done. Now, necessarily for the girls that are on their cycles and stuff like that, non-scented, I got this tip from my mom, non-scented flushable wipes is very good when you need to, when you're on, your monthly and you want to just, clean up every time you go to the bathroom. And it's also good to take showers consistently. But with the army and going into basic training, that's not possible. So having baby wipes and flushable wipes is really good. This is just a flushable wipes that I bought from Walmart. It is, non-scented, and it's good for just, just cleaning up down there. The baby wipes, I would recommend to clean upwards and around your neck and just, those sweaty places that you would get. But I would recommend the flushable wipes for, your private area. And oh, a tip, guys. So I've been watching YouTube videos lately. Not only am I a YouTuber, upcoming YouTuber, but I also watch other people's videos. And some helpful tips is that they've been saying is to label your stuff. Now, we would all think that people are grown adults and they don't take what is not theirs. But sometimes you just have to be extra protective with your stuff. So a tip that I've gotten from my fellow military YouTubers when going to basic training is to label your stuff. So I did get a Sharpie and I have labeled everything that is mine. So definitely a must. So this is definitely, I feel like, a cultural thing. It's called Vicks. Now, this is the proper Vicks. This is the knockoff Vicks, but I prefer the proper Vicks. So this is the proper Vicks. This is the knockoff Vicks. Now the reason why I bought both of them in my basic training bag is because this is really strong and this is like semi-strong because it's like a dupe, right? So this is what my grandmother, my mom, my great-grandma, my aunties and uncles use just for like, okay, for example, I have sinus, I have allergies and all of those things. Now, I personally use these just in case, like, I have a cold. Now, necessarily, we could be running in rain, we could be running in heat, different types of weathers. Now, let's say, God forbid, I do get sick, and, it's a must, it's a definite must that I have this because if we go out in the field or, God forbid, like I said, if I get sick, I can definitely put this, to rub my chest, to put on my nose in case my nose is clogged. It really does help me personally when my nose is clogged at night. This is so helpful, and it's just, you have to get it. You have to get it. Like, even if you don't know what it is, you just have to get it. You have to get it because it's like, this is like the miracle rub. When you have a cold, if you're sick, your mother or your grandmother puts it on your chest, you can put it on your nose. And if you're a real Caribbean person, my mother does it, my grandmother does it, my great-grandmother does it. You would take just a little bit. You can just, if you're new, just take a little bit on your pinky finger and you can open your mouth wide and just put it on the back of your tongue, right? And all your senses go together. So if you have mucus on your chest and you just take a little bit on your finger and you put it on the back of your tongue, it would definitely help with that. It has helped me. Now, you don't necessarily have to take the tip, but I would highly recommend you to bring this in case you have a little stuffy nose or you have something that is wrong with you at the time. Definitely recommend, because who doesn't? Just buy it. Just buy it. You might drop a comment below if it helps you. Even if you're not going into basic training, it's a definite must. Now, as an African American female and as a dark skinned beauty, sometimes when new trends come about, sometimes we don't know the proper care in taking off certain things, especially me. When I just came about frontals, now I used to tear this thing off. I didn't know about glue remover, I didn't know alcohol. Sometimes I just follow things. That's why it's in life, you must be a follow fashion. So, you know, I get the frontals them, and I don't know the proper procedure into removing the frontals or the closures or whatever. And I end up ripping out some of my edges, but you know, them end up grow back. They end up grow back. And I would say for somebody that's trying to grow their hair, or somebody that's looking for oil that is not, you know, messy, and it's just this product I'm about to show you, beauties, is just life-saving. It helps with giving moisture of your hair and everything. It's called the Virgin Fertilizer. And if you don't know about this product, you better start going on TikTok. You better start going on Instagram. You better watch me, because I'm gonna tell you all the tips and tricks about hair. Necessarily when I started my natural hair journey back in high school, and you know, there's just many different things that I started to learn about natural hair. And in this channel, I'll definitely be going into my natural hair journey and what I personally use, the home remedies that I've created to give my hair that flourish, that, you know, spice that it needs. So I'll definitely be going into that. But if you're just starting out, or you just need a little product to necessarily bring to basic training, I would definitely recommend this. This is very good for your hair. If you have dandruff, like I suffer with sometimes dandruff, you know, it could be the jam that they use in my hair, the flaky jam, but this 100% I recommend. Now, like I said before, I do bring a travel toothbrush when I'm going anywhere that's not my home. You know, you are supposed to change your toothbrush very often. So just like a travel toothbrush, I bring a travel toothpaste. Now I live in New York City, and I'm going to Fort Jackson for my basic training. So like I said, I'll be going to Fort Jackson. So I'll be going up into the airport. They're gonna fly your girl out. I'll be definitely showing you guys a video on that. And you know, going through TSA, there's many different rules. So hopefully they don't, I don't think they're gonna worry me about my oils. Hopefully not. I'll give you guys an update if I had to throw my stuff out. I don't think so though, because like I said, I do work at Delta, but sometimes TSA can be weird. They could be weird. Like sometimes they have a really good day and then they have a really bad day. But this is something that I am definitely bringing. They do bring you to like this supermarket, or like I think they call it the PX, and that's why I only brought a small toothpaste, because even in the emails that they sent me, they said that they're gonna give like $350 in case I need to buy anything. So that's why I just bought some tiny stuff, because I don't want to be having to carry so much things, because like I said, I have been watching YouTube videos of going to basic training, and I do see that, you know, you carry a lot of stuff. So I don't like heavy things, and I don't want to make my life harder than it probably is going to be. So this is also what I got from the videos. So I've never used this. Like I said, I don't do any physical activity, but you know, if I need it, I wanted to be prepared. So this is moleskin. I got the coin remover and the moleskin padding, just in case, you know, a girl has some blisters, or you know, she just need this. I'd rather be prepared than not prepared. You know, I'd rather be prepared for the battle and rather than not be prepared. So I'm gonna just buy it. I just bought it. Like I said, I'll be doing an updated video to tell you guys if I used it or not. Like I said, flushable wipes. I got the smaller version. Let's say I'm going to the field and I am on my monthly. I do want non-scented flushable wipes that I can necessarily, you know, keep down there. You know, you don't want anything scented in that area. You shouldn't be using anything scented, because your vagina is a self-cleaning organism. So naturally, it just needs a little prepping. So this prepping is all I need. Now, like I said, I do label everything. A tip is to label everything you have. Now, you would assume that grown adults don't take what is not theirs, but you know, you have to be prepared for the war. You have to be prepared for the battle. So I don't want to be buying my stuff and these people take them. So everything you see is labeled. Everything is labeled. So if a person try, I know it's labeled, right? This is Shine and Jam. I just bought it. Necessarily, I haven't found a edge control that really laid down the natural hair edges. But I just bought it just in case. You know, hopefully one day it will. So this is like a little soap that I bought. You know, in Jamaica it says, they said that you should always have a soap where naturally keep your face clean and fresh and just, you know, you wash off and it just take off all the oils and the excessive sweat that is on your skin. So that's why I bought this soap, to like take off all the excessive oil and anything that necessarily, you know, just to keep my face refined. And I don't want to look pretty over there, but you know, just to have proper, you know, just a nice look of proper hygiene, right? And okay, so I know a lot of people say, oh, don't go with weave or don't go with frontal, go with your natural hair. But listen, to take care of 4C hair and you don't have a blow dryer, or you don't have a flat iron, or you don't have you don't have nothing in basic training basically. So we're gonna go with these box braids, and I'm gonna buy a spray bottle when I get to the PX. Hopefully there's a spray bottle there, or I might bring it in my bag and might buy some shampoo over there that I could put it in my little spray bottle, and we could do what it do. And we just have to take care of it until I'm out, because I won't be taking out these braids. So whenever I get time to dip my hair in water and wash it, and even if I have to keep the shampoo in until it dries, we're just gonna have to do that, because I won't be struggling to put jam on my hair every day. Like, it won't be happening. So I'm going in with the box braids. However it look, I'm not looking nobody's son. However it look when I come out is just how it's gonna look. But this is what I'm going with. Hopefully my hair won't smell. You know, like I said, I would get a spray bottle, spray, you know, air dry, you know, we'll work with it. So I also bought the you know, the little scrunchie them, right? And I also have some big ones. Right now the big one is in my hair, so I also have some big ones, but these are the little ones to put my hair in a little bun when I go there. So these are the little ones. I'm gonna keep them. Like I said, everything is labeled. Okay, now yes, I did bring my deodorant. I heard somebody say that spray deodorant is not allowed. So if you're bringing spray deodorant, please remove it. I'll let you know if it's allowed, because I haven't been there, but it's just a tip. You know, I follow, like, you know, they've already been through it. So if they say it's not allowed, that's something I would believe. Like, they wouldn't just lie about spray deodorant. So I did get a secret deodorant, and just a little something that will last me. If it's done in there, then I could definitely buy another one at the PX. Okay, now this is just something that I brought. You know, sometimes when you go to basic training, you know, it's a mental game. So I'm not gonna have my phone, I'm not gonna have music, you know, so the only thing, I'm not even gonna have my family. So the only thing I'm gonna have is my mind, myself, and God. So I also wanna have my Bible. Hopefully, you know, they don't really take this away from me. I don't think they really would. But just having my Bible there, I feel like it would be beneficial for me, because, you know, I know the plans I have for you declares the Lord. You know, I could really gain motivation and strength off of just knowing why I went there. And I know that God wouldn't bring me this far to leave me now. So just having that there for me, I just feel like it'd just be very helpful to know that I'm not alone and He's with me every step of the way. So that's why I brought my Bible. So the next thing that I bought is a book, and one of the main reasons why I bought a book is because if you have any important things that you learn from your drill sergeant or any important things that you learn throughout basic training, I feel like it's good to write down. It's good to, have stuff written down in case you forget or in case it comes up in a question so that you can remember. I feel like everything is a learning experience and there's nothing wrong with writing things down. So this is another item that I would bring in my basic training book bag, and that's what I did. So the next item is gonna be a lock. And the reason why I bought a lock is because, like I said, although I am a YouTuber, I have been watching a lot of YouTube military videos. So I've heard that, the drill sergeants will, give you a locker, and if you don't secure your stuff, they will take everything out. So this was a must, securing your stuff, just to make sure, they think that you're responsible, and who wouldn't want to protect or secure your stuff because you bought them with your own money. The next item, I'm gonna bring this because, like I said, although you would assume adults wouldn't take things that are not theirs, I would mark everything like I have been doing with my name on it. So a Sharpie is a good thing to bring. And my next item, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of training. So this is a culture item, right? And for all those who don't know about this, get accustomed, because if you don't know about this, then you haven't been feeling pain. Because I sometimes have felt pain, and this right here is called Tiger Balm. I don't know if you guys can see. And it's not just the regular Tiger Balm, it's the extra strength. Now, it is really good when you're when you're having like muscle pains and stuff like that. And I feel like, just having this ointment is just so good. We're gonna be doing a lot of training. So a lot of core workouts, a lot of running. And I feel like when my muscles start to ache, I can definitely put this on when I'm going to bed. So it gives me just that relief of pain. And it just might help me through getting to the next day. And, if it worked for my elders, then it will work for me. So this is definitely a must with, having in your bag, because I don't personally believe in taking like Tylenol all the time if you feel pain. And Tylenol necessarily won't help with, I believe don't really help with muscle pain. So this is just better with just self-help treatments. Okay, and the next thing that I have in my bag, but like I said, I will be doing an updated video because I don't know if they're gonna tell me to throw this out. I do have my Black Beauty business cards. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of military videos, so anywhere I could get the hustle in, I'm gonna get it in. So hopefully they let a girl hustle and bring it through, because when I make some friends, I'll be like, hey, subscribe to my channel, because listen, why not? So I definitely will bring my business cards. And this is called Style Factor, like I said, for my girls with 4C hair. Edge control. I mean, this does lay down my edges, but it just doesn't lay down my edges for a long time. Like if I wrap it with if I wrap it with like this elastic band, then it does lay it down, but it just take an extra step. So I am bringing these two to basic training so that, when my edges start to grow out and stuff. Well, it already started to growing out because, it is summer and a girl had to get her hair done. So like I said, I will be going to basic training. I'm not looking anybody's boy child. So if I look crazy, I look crazy. I really don't care. So, if you see me busted, just know what girl just did not care. She just didn't. So when my edges do start to grow a little bit more, I definitely will be using these two to lay down my edges. I also will be using this. This is called a crochet needle. Now, I will be doing an updated video on why I'm bringing this crochet needle, but you can definitely revamp your box braids with this needle, and hopefully if they let me bring it, then I will definitely revamp my box braids, because a girl want to look good for graduation. Like, come on now. Hello. So she would definitely be using this if they let me keep it. Now this is a definite must, because you know sometimes we have like washcloths, and washcloth keep moisture. So if you do have a washcloth and you put it in a locker and you know it has soap on it, sometimes it would have like a stench to it, and I'd rather not like be that girl that has that stinky washcloth because it's locked up in, you know, a locker, and sometimes it's not even your fault, but your rag is just busted. So I would have just a loaf, and you know, it just is quicker to dry and it's just easier. You know, you could buy it at Bath and Body Works, you could go wherever you've seen these, you could buy it online, and it just helps dry faster. I love the color, and it suds really quick. Really good for that quick baths. And the next thing I bought is Vaseline for, you know, let's say you're ashy or your lips is cracked. This is a definite must. I did buy just some lip balm. I do have Blistex as well, but you know, I can't find it right now. You guys know how that go. You buy like 20 Blistexes and you can't find them. That's me right now. I still can't find this, but it is what it is. I did bring a watch, and the reason why I brought a watch is because I'm not gonna have my phone, and this watch is just a basic watch. It tells you the time, it tells you the year, and it tells you the date. So I want to see, like, okay, 2 days passed, like I already completed 48 hours, Onika. If you could complete 48 hours, you could do this, girl. You could do this. And I really don't want to be asking anybody for the time. I like to be prepared so I don't have to get prepared. So that's one of the reasons why I just bought a basic watch. And it's not a digital watch, it's just very basic. It's black, so they really can't tell me nothing. You know, it's in regulation. And for all the girls, like I said, even with in the beginning of the video, I don't like to live with people, and I really don't like to shower with people, but it is what it is. A girl's gotta do what she gotta do. But we're going to have a communal bathroom, so I definitely bought like these Crocs in a sense, and I heard about the slippers, but hopefully they let me keep this. It's just really basic. It's just a regular, you know, slippers. And I like the back for support in case, like, you know, I'm running to get dressed. And, you know, sometimes the flip-flops, when it's wet, you can trip. So I'm an overthinker, so I thought about that. So I'd rather just have some support in the back of my foot. And, you know, it would just be helpful for, like, when I'm in the bathroom and I have to wash the bottom of my feet. So I like this. And, you know, I did bring a nail clip, you know, to cut my fingernails, you know, in case I have any little hairs that I want to take out. I'm not really a hairy person, but just in case, you know, cut my toenails. I have that as well. And I also have another extra strength tiger balm, because I do feel like I might be that one person that might be going through a lot of pain. So I made sure I stocked up on that. And, you know, I have my little items, the feminine products like pads and all of those stuff. I didn't bring Tylenol because I don't believe that they'll let you bring medication into the boot camp. So I feel like I would rather buy that at the PX. There's certain stuff that I feel like you could just pick up extraness at the PX instead of bringing it in your bag. And most importantly, I bought my folder. Now your folder is going to have all your documentation. You know, you always want to have your documentation when you're leaving. Always have anything that you're supposed to bring, have it in your bag. Make sure you secure that. That's the first thing that you need to secure is your folder. All your information. You always want to be prepared. If you're not prepared, they are going to smoke you. They are going to yell at you. Like I said, my uncle was in the army. You know, I've heard about these things. Be prepared. Be prepared. And the last but not least, you know, I have my little bonnet for my braids. And hopefully, you know, if they talk about the little color, hopefully they don't, because it would be annoying. But it's mostly black. You know, most of my things are black. So hopefully they don't really talk about my bonnet. And thank you guys for watching. So the next video will be upcoming very, very soon. I'm trying to give you back-to-back content. If you're new to the channel and you love this video, make sure you tell me what tips or what things from this video that you brought in your basic training bag, and let me know what worked for you. Make sure you guys comment. Commenting and watching to the end really helps my channel. So let me know what you guys brought, and I hope you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share it to your other friends that, you know, are considering the army, and let me know what you guys thought. Make sure you hit that post notification bell to see more of moi.